Hello everybody and welcome back. It's Creative Redundancy back again, also known as CR. Now of course you can tell by the way I organized the title here. It's about organization and some chit chat. So I'm going to be talking about organizing. And it looks like I already got people coming in. Hey Nathaniel's Adventures, what's up Nate? Thank you for taking the time to drop in, man. I appreciate it. Well, okay, I got some people coming in. I know I actually started a few minutes early, just because I just wanted to get it done. Hey, I'm doing alright, Nathaniel. Thank you for for asking. Hopefully you're doing well as well. So let me whip up the intro here. I don't have a top-down display for this. You're not gonna actually see me, but anyways, intro. Woo! Hey everyone. Hi. So let me welcome everyone that's coming in. If you're watching on the replay, and if you're watching live right now, thanks for tuning in and taking some time to tune in live. Appreciate it. I appreciate that real-time support. So, organization. Now, I'm not the most organized person in the world by any means. I really want to be more organized. Now, organization usually involves having a system. And when you have that system, it works, whatever it is, it works better. You're doing it quicker, not, or you're not forgetting certain details and such and such. So, lately, what's been happening with me is I've been trying to be more organized with what I do. So, you know, maybe I'm starting to write down stuff more often. So, taking like cue cards or something, writing something down. For example, so today here, let's grab a pen here and saying something like, okay, just writing down a to-do list, for example. So let's say I'm doing right now, be more proactive, or do more live streams. So I'm just gonna write that down. Do more live streams. So something like this right here. What did I just wrote? 1. Do more live streams. And maybe I'm putting it up as a thing in front of me, maybe on my keyboard or whatever, just to remind me to be more, to do more live streams. Okay, I've been doing that. All right, so I can check it off, be like, and see that I'm doing it. So not only now am I doing it, I guess I'm also seeing that. All right, I wrote something down that I want to do, and I'm doing it, which is cool. So I put that all important check mark in there. Stuff like that. Now let me just bring back up the chat here real quick. No, that's cool, Nathaniel. I understand, right? There's a replay on it, obviously. I know you, of all people, would be entertained by that live stream. It's very informative and something I wanted to get out to. But anyways, that's beyond the point. Anyone can go check out the previous live stream, the previous video of this one. So, organization, and now I'm okay. Now, I'm gonna write down another second thing here. clean more. So I'm gonna put that down right here. Clean more. Now that I see it in front of me here, I can write that. I wrote that down. And maybe have I done, let's say on the right, put 3 squares here with 1, 2, and 3. So I got 3 squares right here. And check out, did I clean more? Did I at least do one thing and clean more? Maybe I'm reorganizing, like, for example, a desktop. Your physical desktop. Not your computer desktop or your virtual desktop on your phone or on your computer desktop, laptop, tablet, or whatever. I mean, that's important too. But my physical desktop. So anyone that's in front of a computer right now with a keyboard and stuff, maybe organizing that. Maybe you have that random coffee that's still laying right here. So I'm gonna check that off. Now, number 1 here. Oops. So I'm gonna check that off right here because I've actually been doing that and trying to reorganize it. Because lately, when it's more organized, you feel like you see a lot more white space, for example. So it feels less cluttery. And feels like, you want to get something, for example, let's say, if I'm done clean more, I feel like, hey, now I can find that multi-tool, for example, just because it's more organized, and I have it in a system, which I've started to do, which is actually sitting right beside my webcam right now, where I'm like, which I've started to do, and I'll show that in a different video, where I'm like, okay, I have it in a system too now. I feel more organized, and it feels like I'm not, how sometimes people can be very bad for maybe forgetting where things are or misplacing stuff like that. We've all done that, misplaced stuff, and it's very annoying misplacing something because it's not organized or maybe not the neatest. It's all over the place. It's jumbled. So instead of having, like, for example, how I have it right now, where I have multi-tools together. So basically, I'll use another card here. So basically, in a nutshell, I have this box right beside my keyboard. Well, my screen, my actual desktop, and I have tools laid out in a box, and I have multi-tools in it. A Mora knife, scissors, for example, which I've started to do. That's good. That's good. I'll get into that too. So, I made something, because, again, as people realize time and time again, when you're more organized, it's less stressful. You can find things, and not looking everywhere for stuff. So, coming back to my example of what I actually have done, I have, and I actually have these compartment drawers, and I start to use them, right? But I had one sitting on the top, and there's drawers and stuff like that right here. So I got drawers right here. They slide out. I have something at the top, and I was just like thinking. And the thing is, I wish I did it a long time ago. This makes more sense now that I've done it. Because I think I was watching a video about, I think on the crafting channels or something like that. You might have seen similar things, or see, like, at the office, on a teacher's desk, for example. But they use cups. So, hypothetically speaking, let's pretend that this is a coffee mug. or a cup or something, and you would see people putting like pens and pencils inside. I was just like, considering that. I'm like, wait a second, let me adapt that organization idea for multi-tools, for scissors, screwdriver. Sorry about that. I forgot I had something on that. Pardon me about the noise, but a screwdriver, a precision screwdriver like this one right here, which at times I actually do need this. As great as multi-tools are, sometimes I just need a precision screwdriver because it's a better tool for the job. Now I have it on the side. What I did, if you see right here, let me bring the pen back here. So this is like the bin right here. There's a top to it. I put a box organizer in there. Now things within the box are grouped together. So multi-tool, scissors, similar things like that. Maybe a remote control. I actually have a remote control on the side. A little spot on the corner or behind everything to put pens, which is right about here. So I have pens right here, remote right here, and I got multi-tools right here. And it was just something I'm like, oh wow, I wish I did this kind of organization a long time ago. But better late than never, right? As they say. Let me just see what the final row here. Yeah, to-do list. Can't keep up with pens or anything like that. Okay. But it's just something, a simple organizer, a way of organizing for me, and it started to make sense, and I enjoyed it a lot more, and it felt more productive. That's another reason why I've started to get trying to get more organized. Is to increase my productivity, especially in creation mode. So that way, now, I got the tools nearby. I can just bring out a multi-tool. Bang! Hey, I need scissors? Bang! You know, I need that precision screwdriver? Bang, I got it. I need my remote for whatever? It's right there. No hustle, no hustle, no fuss or muss trying to find it. It's sitting straight up. Now this is a top-down view of it. So I could just bring out that remote right there. Oh, I need a pen. It's right there. And when I'm done with it, which I just misplaced the lid for some reason. Oh, here it is. I can put this pen back. So, kind of adapting that organization idea of like putting pens in a cup, for example. But instead of having a round container to organize it, I'm using a square because it's in a square rectangular type of shape. And for me, it's working right now. And I probably could organize it even a little bit more by having compartment dividers in the section. So if that makes sense. Oh, I got some more people dropping in. Hello, Susan's Creative, and Big Mac's in the house. Woo woo! Hey James, I appreciate you guys coming by. I appreciate it. So like I said, I'm just talking about organization and just things that seem to be working. And, you know, embracing these ideas that I've seen on the crafting channels about organizing their, you know, pens and papers and stuff like that, and kind of adapting those ideas into the preparedness or prepping type of thing that I've been doing, or into the creation mode that I've been doing a lot of the time. So like I said, I've had tools in this which is sitting right beside me here, and there'll probably be a video on it one of these days. But you know, I can just grab out a multi-tool. I already got it, so I got it, used it for whatever reason, bang, it's done, put it back, it's in the same spot, easy for me to find. If someone needs a multi-tool, they see it. It's gonna be in the same spot from now on. So no more hunting for it and all that stuff. And I feel a little bit more organized about it. And I'm like, yes, I found a system that works for me for what I have. Because everyone's system is gonna be a little bit different. But similar in like you want to be able to use it fast, deploy it fast, be able to use it, put it back, continue on your way, and not fussing or mussing trying to. For example, with my multi-tool, I used to actually have these multi-tools in a drawer that I have on the side. You know those compartment drawers that everyone might have, those bins and stuff like that. I was just like, this is not the way I like it. Yeah, it's somewhere to the side, but it wasn't in a system that I liked. I was like, nope, I cannot do this like this. This is too inconvenient. I always have to stretch over from my desk just to grab something. So especially if I'm doing creation mode on camera too. I was just like, yeah, I always had to stretch over. Now, bang, I can grab that multi-tool, that Gerber multi-tool I have. Oh, I need scissors. Bang, I got the scissors right away. Be able to put them back and stuff like that. Maybe I need something to cut with, like a knife or something like that. Oh, speak of which, like a utility knife. Bang, I can just be like, okay, I'm ready to go. And I can cut it, do my thing, and be on my way again. Keep going. So less downtime, I guess. So I'm not wasting time trying to find something and putting it back. It's in a spot that I like it, and it feels more organized for me. So that's an example lately of something I just did. And I'm still fine-tuning it, and stuff like that. Let me just check the side chat right here. Yeah, I'm doing well, by the way, James. Thank you for asking. Copic markers? I know. Copic? I'm not familiar with Copic markers. Can you elaborate on that, Susan? So, like those plastic containers. I can understand the plastic containers. Spell check. Okay. Anyways, let me continue on here. Let me move this back to the side here. And I'll bring up another example here of organization. Let me bring my YouTube sticker back down so I can stay in frame here. There's something else I've also started to do, and you'll start seeing it in a backpack as soon as I wanna eventually show it. It's because I've been working on it. So something similar to like a normal backpack that you might put gear in, stuff like that. I realized organization was about a year or so. I've ran it through like this whole year and stuff like that. You'll see it in the backpack later on, but I realized the organization was even more important to me. Because, especially if you start using stuff a lot, I feel like that the deployment was so slow. I'm like, it's so tedious. I gotta pull one thing out just to get something at the bottom. Anyone that has a backpack of stuff and has had to use it. Now, I'm not specifically talking about like like an emergency type of backpack with gear, survival gear, but this could be like school. School's back in session, right? Everyone knows school's back in session. September, it's fall. So let me just top-down view of a backpack. So I'm just on the square right here. Let's say that's the top view of your backpack. And you have a hook, or a strap or whatever and stuff like that. One thing I started to do was try to organize the backpacks that I use a lot more. So one thing I started to do was, and you'll see it in there, and I won't get into great detail behind it, was to make it so that space right here, I started to put compartments into it. So maybe something similar to this. So now I've divided that space into 3 smaller sections. And everyone's familiar with, like, let's say, dividers in a binder. And I think this is kind of where the idea came from. So everyone's familiar with, like, a binder that has dividers. It's a nice way to stay organized because you have tabs, for example. And it's named, you know, for school purposes, it would be like what, science, math, uh, art class, gym class. I don't know, something similar to that. And I was remembering that. I'm like, yeah, I can apply this to my backpack. And this could be a backpack for someone that attends school too. So if you were attending school right now, you have textbooks, binders, maybe even a laptop now or a tablet, for example. So in a backpack, I have another container in there. So let me bring this to the side. I have another container that goes within there. So I have a container that fits inside the backpack. Now this is the top view of the backpack. Let me write that down. Top view. And what I did was added a bin into this backpack. And now I can subdivide that section in there using something similar to like dividers in a backpack, similar to dividers in a binder. Kind of, I think I was watching an organization channel. I was just like seeing how they always use dividers for their binders, and I was just kind of thinking about that. I'm like, wait a second, I can apply that to my backpack. And I guess in theory, you know, you probably could apply that to any backpack, especially a backpack that has a large. I mean, everyone's seen those backpacks. You might have one that have maybe compartments on the outside and stuff, but it might have one main compartment. So you would have one main compartment. Now I've subdivided that, and you'll see it later in a different video. I have other ways of doing it too, because I've applied using a bin to put in the backpack, top view of the backpack, put it in there, and subdivided that. So now, in like, if it was a survival bag, I can have, and let's say right back here is where my back would rest, and right here is the front. So right here is the front, back here is the back where it would lay on my back. So now I can, for example, I can put first aid kit right here, water. Let me get in our marker here so it's a little bit more organized to see, I guess, too. Let me just get a marker here. Oh wait, that's not a marker. Grab the wrong thing out. Grab a Sharpie instead. So right here, now I can, and now remember I have it's sectioned off. I can have a water bottle here if I want to, or something similar to that. First aid kit right here. If you were in school, this could be attending school, like post-secondary, high school, that kind of thing. You might just start having a laptop to do work, a tablet, for example. This right here could be where you put your your tablet or your laptop, for example. And right here, could be where you put textbooks, for example. And right here, you have your binders right here. Now, for me, in a survival kit, that, you know, in a bag form, in a backpack like way, I could have first aid right here, water bottle, a fire kit right here, toolkit, maybe some shelter in here, for example. Oops, I should have wrote shelter, but and have some shelter right there. So you'll start seeing this in I have the backpack like literally like sitting like right behind me here, but you'll start seeing that. And I thought ever since I've started to do it like this, I'm like, oh, I love this idea so much. It's well organized. I can adapt it. And you know, you can actually take this idea and adapt it to your own backpack, if applicable, of course, right? Obviously, every backpack's different. You might have one of those clamshell versions or something like that. But a lot of backpacks have a main large compartment, and I was just like always thinking of like the deployment of the gear is always important, like first aid, for example, right? So I'm like, yeah, now I have the first aid always in the same spot in this backpack, and I can always easily get to it within within seconds. So 10, 15 seconds. So my deployment of that first aid kit, which is right around there, I can pull that out literally in no time flat, open it up, bang, get that band-aid out that I need because I'm bleeding, for example. Or if you're in school, maybe this part, which is in the back right here, you have your laptop, for example, and sitting on the top is the cable, your charging cable, for example. And maybe off to the side a little, maybe you have some sort of external hard drive, for example, something similar to that. So let me just bring up the chat back up here. Let me just see. I'm just reading the chat real quick here. Okay. Thanks, Susan, for elaborating on that. I'm not familiar with that, but okay, I'll keep that in mind. Copic markers are from art supply stores. They are square in shape. Okay. They have a special clear plastic organizer so you can put the markers in. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Now I can picture that in my head. I've seen those before. I just didn't know the names. Thank you. Now I know that. I feel like I just learned that, and maybe I can actually apply that somewhere. I appreciate it. Let me see here. Hopefully I'm spelling right. Geez, I can never spell right. I'll just write thank you. For some reason, I'm forgetting how to spell appreciate, but I appreciate it. Appreciate that. Now I know what that is, so at least now I can search for it. They'll buy it by name, so I might asking in a store or whatever. They might know what it is. So, anyways, coming back to this organization thing, this is just something I just started to do. And I'm like, yep. So not only, so two things right here. So here's a example of a backpack way of organizing that I did, which I transferred to organizing multi-tools and scissors, for example. And this is just stuff I already had laying around. Now, I'm going to show something else here real quick. I'm going to show something real quick here, as I have it off to the side here. Another organization thing that I've started to do a lot more often to kind of make compartments. So I can, like, let me see here. So in a given space, right? Let's say this was a tin, oops, let's say this was a tin or something like that, to divide up the space in it. So if this was a physical tin, let me move YouTube sticker magnet here, to divide that space up in such a way so whatever I'm putting in there, it fits perfectly because I purposely made the dividers or compartments perfectly for it. So it fits the gear or items that I want to put inside at that time. So I'm going to show something real quick here. I'm still working on this, but the thing is, I didn't even spend any money trying to make the organization. It was just stuff I already had laying around. Now I'm still working on it. This is probably not going to be the official way I keep it, but for now, it'll work. So you'll see fishing stuff, or fishing-like stuff, or things I can use for it, right here. Now, this is what I call the box-in-box thing. I basically took a box, so a box that has a lid, so something similar to like, let's say, for example, like chocolates, for example, a box of chocolates. You know, everyone knows a box of chocolates. There's a lot of brand names and stuff like that. But basically, I took the lid. Now, I took two boxes. I took the lid of one. I mean, not the lid, but the bottom of one. Cut it into cut into like relatively four equal parts. Put it on the inside, inverted it, so the corners are now in the center. And you can see here, now I just made an organization way of keeping the stuff. For whatever reason. And obviously you can tell this is more fishing stuff. So now I have ones that are, let's see here, for example, have barbs, and these ones are barbless. And it's nice and organized. And I took the box from the second box. Now I can put the lid on, and bang, it's well organized. And I feel like I'm not looking for things, they're already in the right spot, for example, and I can always subdivide this a lot more if I felt like it. And this cost me nothing to make. I was just reusing something I already had, using what I had to get what I wanted or needed in this case. And you know, there's feathers in here and stuff like that. So let me just put this back. Now this idea, again, like I said, came from an organization channel. I take no credit for it by any means, but it's just something I started to apply, you know, using that previous knowledge, something else I've seen that seems to work for something else, and applied it, in this case, to this stuff, and go from there. So let me just quickly put this back here and bring up the side chat back up. So not only have I started to do that, now I've started to like apply that to even like these, for example, like compartmentalized plastic bins. I started to apply that, making smaller compartments for something like that. Something that I wanted a little bit more organization, so you know I can pull stuff out, but not everything just falls over. So it's more sectioned. Let me just bring the YouTube sticker back into play here. All that drinking here. I mean, all that talking. I need a drink. So I'll probably go for another couple more minutes here. I just wanted to bring this up. Because I feel like I've started to apply this a lot more now. I've enjoyed it so much that I've started to apply it there as much as I can. As much as I can. Like, for just everywhere. In bins and all this stuff, just kind of this making compartments, and I feel like it's more organized. Not everything just falls over, so when I have something up, because it's more organized, I could just lift something out, because it's in a container, lift it out, get access to the bottom. Instead of, for example, just having one big container, and the stuff at the bottom, oh, I gotta pull the stuff at the top just to get to the bottom. Now, I made an organizer, so it's more compartmentalized. If I can even say it straight. I feel like it's more organized. So I'll put something else here. Number 3. Organize. Or organize. So start checking these off because now I'm cleaning more and it's more organized. And it has a spot that I like it. So, and like I said, you'll see more and more as I show more stuff. Little things, the fire chest, maybe you'll see this bin of cordage and how I've organized it. So now it feels like more and more like, in this case, like it's prepping and less like it's hoarding. Because usually hoarding is more disorganized, and prepping has usually a purpose, it's well organized, a system, and I feel like it's becoming more like that, and it just feels better just because I can find stuff when I want to and be able to utilize it. Oh, I need this? Hey, I can just grab it out right now. So less fuss and less. Anyways, now I want to say special thanks to wow, okay, I guess I got J Outdoors that came in. Hey man, thank you for taking the time to drop in. And I appreciate your comment on my air video, by the way. I saw that, of course. I appreciate it. You know. So, you know, maybe you gotta write stuff down to stay more organized. Maybe you gotta clean a little bit more so you have more room to organize, so you have more white space, clear space. And of course, number 3 here for me is to be more organized. Have a spot, a dedicated spot for it. And of course now, I'm trying to not only clean more, but organize and use the space that I do have more effectively. Alright, I'll probably cut this short. A couple more minutes here. So let me just see. Well, I'm still applying these things that I've just showed. The box and box thing, making compartments, stuff like that. I feel like every time I do it now, it's just like, yes, this is the way to go. I feel like more confident about using the stuff because I'm not wasting time trying to find it or put it taking so long just to put it back because it's at the bottom of the bin and I need access to that bottom of the bin. No, now I made compartments where it's layered in such a way, compartments either vertically or horizontally, where it's just like, oh, hey, I could just pull this out and have access to it. So something similar to where you might see in in a tool chest where you have that little compartment at the top, something similar to that. And you know, that's another thing that I thought of, kind of considered. I'm like, yeah, and kind of duplicate that way of organization, but with what I have. So it's more customized for me, and I feel, yep, that's awesome. That's the way I like it. And I'm still working on it. There's still a lot more. Alright, since I'm coming up to that 40-minute mark, it's time for an outro, like always. So as the world changes so much oneself, to reach a new level of skill and knowledge, one must practice. And stay organized too. One person can't help everyone in this world, but one person, regardless of gender, race, nationality, age to a certain degree, of course, IQ, size, body build, and such, can help someone in this world. And until the next video, I hope you found this kind of informative. Maybe you can apply this to whatever you want to try to organize, whatever it is, backpack, your desktop, kitchen drawer, your first aid kit, your tool kit, your tool belt, your car, your center console in your car, your vehicle, SUV or whatever. Maybe you'll consider something like these things, because I feel like it helps. Maybe it'll help you be not more organized, but maybe so you're not wasting time trying to find stuff and really enjoy using the stuff more instead of wasting time and getting frustrated. Oh, I thought I left this here or something like that. So until that next video for me, it's peace out from the guy that's 98.6% of the time in creation mode. It's peace out from CR, and thank you for tuning in until the next one. See ya. Bye.